live here on YouTube. So good morning, everybody here on YouTube. Okay, we will see you this morning on YouTube. So let's get some education. Let's get some knowledge, okay, of how everything works. This is a sidewalk. You see here? You see the sidewalk right here? All right, we're down here in the LA County area. Okay. When you're buying houses, if there's sidewalks in your neighborhood and your sidewalk's kind of beat up, you really want to kind of look and say, okay, what can we do to fix our sidewalk? This is the important part. What do we have to do to fix our sidewalk? And that's important that we know. This sidewalk is not owned by you. They are owned by the city. And the city has a responsibility to make sure that sidewalks are kept up properly, operational properly, okay? Because sidewalks are important for public safety, security. And when they do sloppy work, in my opinion, okay, then you got to start talking to people and say, come on, God, look at this. You see this here? You see how they did that sidewalk right there? They put tar to match it up rather than doing it the correct way and doing a sidewalk. Oh, good morning, Liz. Good morning. So the thing that irritates me a lot is like when you're doing a driveway in a house, are you going to put a driveway and part of the driveway you're going to put cement and the other part you're going to patch it up with the tar? Of course not. You're going to put everything as a nice smooth cement for the driveway. It matches, looks good, and everything like that. Well, it's the same thing here. Is when you are doing your sidewalks here, you can see how they should be also doing it. Now, if you live in a neighborhood and nobody has a sidewalk, then it's a different story. Then you can say, all right, fine. Nobody has a sidewalk or anything like that. They should have sidewalks put in so you know where to walk and you know where the property line is rather than walking on the street. But right here, you can see here. So there's no sidewalks here for the properties at all. But see here, you see how the sidewalks here, you see how it's kind of ticky-tacky here? You see how they did this here? If you can see that right there. You see that? That's really a mess, in my opinion, right there. When they can put a nice cement there, they can blend it up. They can go up to the cracks and everything, and we don't have a big problem there. Everything's looking very nice as you're walking on the sidewalk. But no, they're not doing it correctly. All they're doing is they're kicking down the problem down the road. And this is a big, serious problem that a lot of people do. And you, as a tax sale investor, it's okay. You as a tax sale investor have to do some homework. You got to really look. So when you're buying properties, you do have to look at your outside of your sidewalk. Look at your neighbors. Do they have sidewalks in their yards or not? Do you have a sidewalk in your yard or not? Well, if you put a sidewalk in your yard and your other neighbors have sidewalks, it's going to help. Especially if yours has broken. If you got a broken sidewalk, you definitely want to fix it. You definitely want to improve it and make it look nice, because you have parents all the time that will have their kids go out there and ride their bicycle on the driveway and the sidewalk, okay? But when they're coming in here and putting these tar on these sidewalks, I said, man, you're just basically doing Mickey Mouse work, okay? Am I gonna do that on my driveway that I have a crack? I'm gonna put a little patch of either dirt there, or I'm going to put the tar there. Of course not. I'm going to make everything smooth and correct. That's what you have to do if you're going to be doing the tax sale business. It's important that we know all those issues, okay? Now you see here, you see the tree here. Now you know that tree is pushing up that sidewalk right there, okay? Not much you can do, unfortunately, about it. You're not gonna go down and chop that whole tree down because you don't own the tree. It's on the city's responsibility. So you've got a little issue right here too, because you have the sidewalk going up and then you have the sidewalk coming down. It's gonna cost you quite a bit of money to try to fix that issue. But you have to look at all these things that are causing, you know, your sidewalk to go up or go down, okay? We give you this education, even though you might say it's fundamental or anything like that, but we have to know all this. We have to know all these rules. We have to know all these guidelines, because that could possibly help you maybe make another $5,000 on your property just for how it looks on the outside of the property, $5,000 or $10,000. The sidewalk's nice, the grass is being cut, okay? You don't have the weeds coming through the cracks. You don't have any of that stuff there. So this is important that we know all these issues, okay? Very, very important that we know all these issues, is knowing how all the work is being done correctly. So we give you some education. We hope we've given you some knowledge. When you are looking at houses, look at the sidewalks outside. How do the sidewalks look in front of your property that you plan on buying? How do they look? Okay? That's important that we know these issues. Okay? So we appreciate everybody watching. We come on here for a few minutes, give you some basic education. You know, sometimes we'll talk about a state, sometimes we'll talk about some other information. So today we talked about the sidewalks, okay? So thank you very much for watching with the Tax Sale Master, okay? Keep watching us, subscribe to our channel, and get some education. Thank you, bye-bye.